Hi everybody. Today we're going to start back up the 2018 Math MCAS. We're going to pick up where we left off. So this is number 12. These are the older MCASs, so the formatting is different than the current one, but the content is still very relevant. If you look in the video description, there's a PDF you can download and try these problems out, and this will just kind of be a synopsis of how to do these. So the idea is that you should already have tried these and see how you did, because the answer key's in the back. You can see how you did, but I'm going to go through each one and show you how I would go about solving these and what to look out for. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we have a parallelogram, and some of its dimensions are shown below. The area of the parallelogram is 90 square inches. What is the h height in inches of the parallelogram? So this is the non-calculator section. Not that it really matters in case of this problem. What we do want to have access to is our formula sheet, which is right here. And it says the area of the parallelogram is 90. We're solving for the height, so we're looking for this. So we look at the area right here. Parallelogram's right here, so area equals base times height. So we're going to write that formula down. I'll zoom in a little more so you can see better. So something here. A equals base times height. So we know the base is 15 and the area is 90. So we're going to say 90 equals 15 times h. We're going to divide both sides by 15 because that's our coefficient. And 90 divided by 15 would be 6. So the height would be 6 inches. Pretty straightforward. Okay, number 13. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to 17? So let's think about this. We have some cube roots here. A cube root is a number you multiply by itself, and there's 3 of them, then it becomes the number inside the radical. Just similar to a square root, only you need 3 of them rather than 2 of them. So which of these equals 17? It's equivalent, right? So 3 times this does not equal 17. This would simply be 3 cube root 17. Okay. 1/3 times this, well, that would just be cube root on top and a 3 on the bottom. That doesn't work. This is interesting. So the cube root of 17 cubed. So in other words, this would happen 3 times. So it would be cube root of 17 times the cube root of 17 times the cube root of 17. That would equal 17. So that's going to be our answer. And then this one is just the cube root of 17 over 3, and yeah, that stays as it is. So C is the answer for that one. So this kind of requires you know what a cube root is and how rational exponents work. Number 14. Okay, 2 groups are going on a trip to a theater. The first group has 30 students and 4 chaperones. The second group has 25 students and 4 chaperones. The cost in dollars for each student ticket S and each adult ticket A can be determined by using the system of equations. So you can see here, this is the number of students. This is the number of students right here. This is the number of adults, chaperones, number of students, adults. So S represents the price of the student ticket, and A represents the price of the adult ticket. So it's asking us what is the cost for each student ticket. So we're solving for S. We're looking for that. So it's a system of equations. You could use elimination or substitution or graphing if you had a graph. Elimination would definitely be the easiest way to do this. We're going to go ahead and distribute a -1 to this bottom equation. We're going to rewrite this. So I'm going to rewrite this. The top equation doesn't change. We're going to write 30s plus 4a equals 720. And we're going to change all the signs of the bottom equation. So it would be -25s minus 4a equals -620. And the reason we did that is we noticed that both the adult sections have the same coefficient, so we just need to change the sign so they'll be able to eliminate. Okay, so 30s minus 25s will give us 5s. These will cancel. And then 720 minus 620 would be 100. And we're going to divide by 5. So S will equal 20. Okay, so it's going to be $20 for a student ticket, which is B. All right, cool. I'll do 11. Okay, let's look at 15. What is the value of the expression below? So this is just asking if we know how to do order of operations, basically. So let's do the work inside the parentheses first. Now you'll see this written like this. This is how I like to write it because it shows that multiplication and division is a single step and addition and subtraction is a single step. And also next to the P, it's not a bad idea to have a G here because it's really the grouping, right? Parentheses, brackets, or those little squiggly things I always forget the name of. So yeah, let's look. We have something in the parentheses. We sure do. We have exponents in the parentheses. We're going to do that first. So 3 squared will be 9. So negative 2, 9 minus 10. We still have work inside the parentheses. We're going to do that before we multiply. 9 minus 10 is negative 1. So negative 2 times negative 1. And that will, of course, equal positive 2. And that's our answer. Okay. The line plot below shows the number of red items of clothing owned by each student in the class. It's an interesting survey. What is the median number of red items of clothing owned by the students in the class? So we're looking for the median. And for those of you who remember, that's the middle number. So there's a few ways of doing this. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it. I'm going to write these numbers out. So there's 3, there's 2 4s, there's 2 5s, there's 3 6s, there's 4 7s, 1 8, 1 9, 1 11, 1 12. So there should be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There should be 16 numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, always double check when you write that many numbers down. So looking for the middle number, so you can just simply cross out the highs and the lows till you get to the middle. So low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. It's going to be in between 6 and 7, which is also known as our Q2. So you take 6 plus 7, divide by 2, and you're going to get 6.5. And that's our median. Okay. You could also do it up here. Low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Boom. But it's better writing it out this way. I think. I think it's better writing it out, to be honest. All right, that's number 16. Pretty straightforward, I think. Okay, number 17. Ooh, we're going to need a piece of scrap paper for this one. Let me go ahead and get that. Let me pause that for a second. Okay, I grabbed some scrap paper because there's really not enough room to write on this. So here we go. Stacy will paint 4 walls of a room. 2 walls each have a length of 20 feet, and the other 2 walls have a length of 16 feet. The expression below represents the total perimeter in feet of the room. All right, so this represents a perimeter, length around the room, right? What is the total perimeter in feet of the room? Short explanatory answer. So it's just an order of operation problem. We want to do that. We want to simplify this, or yeah, simplify the expression. So we're at 17a. I'm just going to rewrite this expression. So we're going to write 2 times 20. I'll zoom in a little more so you can see better. So 2 times 20 plus 16. What is that? Okay, so we're going to do the work inside the parentheses first. I shall rewrite the symbol here. All right, so let's add these together. 20 plus 16 is 36. And then 2 times 36 would be 72 feet. And that's it. Pretty straightforward. Okay, the room has 2 windows. Oh, zoom in a little more so you can see. The room has 2 windows and 3 doors. By the way, this kind of preamble didn't really matter. It just, you said to simplify this, and I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing here. The room has 2 windows and 3 doors. Each window is 4 feet high and 3 feet wide, and each door is 7 feet high and 3 feet wide. Okay. The expression below represents the total area in square feet of the windows and doors in the room. Okay, so again, we have an expression. I'm assuming it's going to, yep, here we go. What is the total area in square feet of the windows and doors in the room? So we're just simplifying this expression. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle this. So we're going to rewrite this. It'll be 17b. That's going to be 2 and 4 times 3 plus 3, 7 times 3. Okay, so order of operations, we're going to do our work inside the parentheses first. So 4 times 3 is 12, so 2 times 12 plus 3. And you could do this, but I'm going to do a single step each time so it's easier to follow. But a lot of people just do this at the same time. 7 times 3 is 21, so 2, 12 times 3, 21. Okay, so now we're going to multiply. So 2 times 12 is 24. I'll write the symbol again, actually. Okay, plus 3 times 21. And then 3 times 21 is going to be 63. And that's going to be 87. And its area, so it's going to be area 87 feet squared. Okay? All right. Okay. Let's see. What is the air? Sorry, the height of the walls in the room is 8 feet. Stacy will not paint the windows or doors. The expression below represents a total area in square feet Stacy will paint. So we have a longer expression now. What is the total area in square feet Stacy will paint? So again, we have to simplify this expression. So they kind of make it look like it's an area problem or dimensional analysis problem, but it's really just order of operations. So 17C. And the expression is just getting more complicated. But as long as we're consistent and we follow the rules, we'll be fine. And bracket, okay, so you can see the grouping here because we have two different groupings here. So bracket 2, parentheses 4 times 3, plus 3, parentheses 7 times 3, parentheses bracket. Okay, so we're going to solve this. Now I'm going to definitely write our symbol here, our acronym. And again, the G stands for grouping. This is a good example for it because you have the bracket and the parentheses. All right, so we're going to do stuff in the parentheses first. So we'll pick this parentheses. So this parentheses we have multiplication and addition. So we're going to focus on a set of parentheses and do that. We should always work from the inside out. So for this parentheses, there's no other parentheses inside of it or brackets, so we're going to work on multiplication before we add. So 20 times 8 is 160. So 2, and then 160 plus 16 times 8 minus, and I could do steps here, but I'm just going to show it each one step at a time just to make it easier to follow, which means it'll take longer, but that's okay. It's no rush. Rushing on these problems is one of the worst things you can do. All right, so now we're going to do this multiplication here. This is in the parentheses. 16 times 8 is 128. Let's double check that. Did that quickly in my head. Let's make sure I didn't screw that up. 16, although you wouldn't have a calculator for this, so hold on. So 16 times 8. 8 times 6 is 48. 8, 12, 8, 128. Okay, good. Get that right. So 2, 160 plus 128, and then write the rest of it. 2 parentheses 4 times 3 plus 3 parentheses 7 times 3 plus bracket. Okay, we're going to finish this parentheses off here. 160 plus 128 would be 288. So 288 minus, and then now we're going to start focusing on this parentheses bracket slash grouping over here. 4 times 3 plus 3 times 7 times 3. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do over here. So we have parentheses here, so 4 times 3 is 12. So 288 minus bracket 2 times 12 plus 3, 7 times 3, close bracket. 7 times 3 is going to be 21. So 288 minus bracket 2 times 12 plus 3 times 21. Okay, 2 times 288 minus bracket 2 times 12 is 24 plus 3 times 21 close bracket 288 minus bracket 24 plus, see, 3 times 21 will be 63. Okay, now we got to do this bracket here, so it's going to be 288 minus 87. Okay, Now we have multiplication. 2 times 288 will be 576 minus 87. Get rid of the bracket there. And that's going to be 489, right? Yeah, 489 feet squared. Okay. So you can really reduce this to like half as many steps. I just want to show each step here. But yeah. Okay, let me get one more piece of scrap paper to finish it off. Okay, and in the interest of time, I may have to consolidate some steps here for the last part because I don't think I'll have time. Yeah, I'll definitely have to do multiple steps at once for this one. So each gallon of paint covers a total area of 300 square feet. Stacy will cover the walls of 2 layers of paint. The expression below represents the total number of gallons of paint Stacy will need to paint the room with 2 layers of paint. Here we go. Each gallon of paint costs $26. Stacy must purchase full gallons of paint. Okay. What is the total cost? So this is a little different. So it's asking us to first find out how many gallons we're going to need, because this represents the number of gallons they'll need. She has to buy full gallons. And once we figure that out, we're going to figure out how much money it's going to cost to get the gallons. Okay, so there's a few steps here. I think I have time. I have to do this fairly quickly because I have 7 minutes till the bell rings. So I'm going to go a little quicker than usual. All right, so 17D. So let's write this thing out. And we have a whole set of, this is where grouping is important. So 2 squiggly, 2 parentheses 20 times 8 plus 16 times 8 minus bracket 2 parentheses 4 times 3 plus 3 parentheses 7 times 3 parentheses bracket squiggly. Okay, and it's all over 300. Okay, so we're going to do this kind of quickly. So we're going to do the work inside the parentheses here first. So 20 times 8 is 160. And 16 times 8 is 128. Actually, you know what? We know what some of this is. If we go back in our previous problem and look at this right here is actually this part here. We already know what we know what this equals here, because this is the first part of part B. So if we look at part B, where is it? Right? That's what this is. This equals 576. So we're going to go ahead and change that to 576. That'll save us a lot of time. So this will equal 576. So we still have the 2, the squiggly, 576 minus, and then this one, this is the first part we did. So we look back here, that's what this is, right? Same exact thing. And we already know what that is. That was, let's see, B, that was 87 feet. Right there. So we're going to change it to 87. So 87. Okay. Close the squiggly. And then it's over 300. Okay. Now we can do this. That saves us a lot of time. All right, so 576 minus 87 should equal 489, which is what we did before. This is actually, oh, you know what? Yeah, we could have just saved ourselves a lot of time. Gosh, what a brain fart. I didn't realize, I forgot that was the same part as before. We could have just saved ourselves all the trouble and put that as the previous value. Wow, Brian. I wasn't very bright on that one, I guess. So this is going to equal 489. So 2 times 489 over 300. And that's going to give us 978 over 300. And that'll go basically 3 and some change. So if we divide that, right, 978 divided by 300, it's going to be 3. with a little bit left over, actually a fair amount left over. Yeah, so 3.2 something. So we're going to need 4 gallons because we're going to need more than 3 gallons. And it says here that Stacy needs to buy a full gallon of paint, right? Each gallon's $26. So we're going to take we know we're buying 4 gallons. And we're going to multiply that by 26. So 4 times 26, and that's going to be $104. And that's how much money she would spend on the paint. All right, so I apologize for the first part. We could have just really saved ourselves some trouble here and plugged in this previous value here. Sorry, for this one over here. This would have, for that part right there, that would have saved us a lot of time to get 87. But not a huge deal. All right, so the bell's about to ring here. Hopefully that helped, guys. And we'll pick up tomorrow if I have time, number 18, and hopefully start really making some progress on this MCAS. Thanks for watching.